Hey everyone, this is LaCora Stevens with the Yes Show, Young, Entertaining, and Saved. And it's all about people that are living in their yes. Today we have a wonderful author and filmmaker named Lakeisha Ginyard Lucent. She's going to talk to us about her recent film, No Perfect Love. She's currently in post-production and it will be out soon. Everyone, put your hands together for my guest, my friend, Lakeisha Lucent. Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. How about you?
I'm good. I'm good, Lakeisha. Now, a lot of people are like, oh, okay, so she's an author and a filmmaker. Could you talk to us a little bit about being the founder of Film by Faith Production LLC, as well as the director and executive producer of No Perfect Love? Like, how did that all come about?
Well, it started off with first me being an author,
Mhm.
writing a book. Didn't have the marketing skills that I thought I knew I had, but didn't. And I said, well, I can't give up on this storyline. It's too good. If it's not a book, then it's a movie. And so we went into filming No Perfect Love, and it was one of those little roller coaster rides of figuring it all out. And then it was like, wait a minute, this can be my first film up under my production company. And so I was like, well, what should I name it? I was like, Film by Faith Productions, because we literally filmed this film by faith and on a budget.
Listen, I know a little bit about a budget and some faith to get things going, okay? Now, so it started with the book, and you said this book is way too good for it not to be a movie. Because you're not only is this one book that you have quite a few.
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
Could you talk to us about those books?
Well, the first book was Tears of Silence. It was just basically the story of my life. Kind of was very therapeutic. Like, let me get out everything that was going on and just put in a book and put it out there. So that's what I did. And then I did A Broken Marriage with Hidden Secrets. Technically, it was a trilogy in the beginning, but I always wanted to write a novel. But I was like, I don't have that many words to say to come up with a book that big so it can be a novel because of the word count. So I
Mhm.
did Marriage with Secrets Part 1. Then I did A Broken Marriage with Hidden Secrets, A Broken Marriage with Hidden Secrets Part 2. Then there was the Part 3. And so it was a trilogy. But I was like, wait a minute. I really want my novel. So I took out the time to take the whole trilogy, turn it into a novel. And then that's how we got the novel, A Broken Marriage with Hidden Secrets. Soon to be updated to match the film, No Perfect Love.
Ooh.
So that's how that happened. And then I wrote Give Her Back Her Crown. So those were all of the books that I've written.
Come on now, Queen. Okay. So not only, like I mentioned, is she a CEO of a production company, a filmmaker, executive producer, she's also an author. And it's not just one book. She has like five books out there. Now, if people are like, "Ooh, those sound so good, where can I get them from?" Like, what's the website? How can we order?
I am Lakeisha.com or hey, Amazon.com. They're
Okay.
there on Amazon. So
Okay, okay. Now, for the people out there wondering, like, well, dang, she talking about she didn't have enough words, but this girl around here writing five books. How do you start as an author? Because in filmmakers, we're going to get to that, but some people do have books in them that they're just like, you know what, I could turn this into a short film. I could turn this into a feature film, or I could just use this as a book. So, is there a particular strategy or ritual that you have when writing your books since you were able to, write so many and publish so many?
um it all begins with a thought. And my mind is just so creative. I don't know where it come from. Nobody but God. But I'm just so it's so creative and I just how can I say it? My imagination is huge. So if I'm sitting there and one sentence comes to me and it's something that gets my attention, it's like, wow. It's like I can come up with pages upon pages of that, or just real life situations. Thinking about, okay, well, how can I put that into a storyline to, still tell the story, but not make it so, real that it puts people out there.
Yeah.
So for me, it was like, hey, it's her secret, but it's my life. So how can I tell this story for other women outside of myself? And then that's when the storyline comes. And so I just take, for me, I take real life issues,
Yeah.
put it into fictional characters, and just tell the story. And that's how I come up with them. So it's just all of my writings have a lot of truth to it, but it's fictionally told.
Now, and you kind of changed the name so that they ain't knocking on your door with some lawsuits, right?
Well, for me, for the most part, a lot of them are storylines about myself. So I believe that every good writer takes a part of themselves and places it into a book, because how else can you come up with stories that real,
right,
to put in a book? It's got to have some sort of truth to it. So I just took my little I won't say my secret because it's not my secret, my little issue, and let it be somebody else's secret and still tell the story.
I like that you kind of made your issue kind of trivial. You said my little issue, because sometimes when we look at the grand scheme of things, we're just like, dang, it wasn't even that serious, or maybe it wasn't even like something so big that could ruin my world. It was something that I was able to get over. I was able to get out of my system, and then of course teach others through a book or through a film. I just interviewed CeCe Winans, gospel royalty. And she mentioned how Dr. Miles Monroe, who, a pastor who passed away, but he would always say, don't leave this earth full. Want to die empty. You want to get these lessons out to help others. You want to get everything that's in you out. And so I think that you're doing that along with your books, as well as your film, No Perfect Love. Now, and I know that people's like, ooh, honey, what is that about? Well, you know what? Take a look.
In life, people will fail us in family, love, and marriage.
I'm getting ready to spend the rest of my life with the man of my dreams.
And when we understand that people will fail us,
how did I get so lucky?
Half the battle is won.
He called her everything but a child of God, even when she was doing everything right.
If you continue to live your life afraid, you'll never take a chance at love again.
There is no perfect love in this flesh.
You know you just messed up, right?
Listen, you're overreacting.
There is only one perfect love, and that is Jesus.
Light is simply a representation of hope.
This is Nurse Henderson at Clara B Medical Center. Is this the wife of Joshua Richards?
Is there something wrong?
Yes, trailer. Yes, that's looking good. Okay. So now you're in Alabama, and a lot of people think that if they're in a small town, they can't get anything done. It's impossible, but you are making this happen. What was the process like? Being a woman, first of all, in entertainment, that's hard alone, and then when you are in a particular environment where it's not really created for the arts or support the arts, how were you able to, just say, hey, I'm gonna put this together? What was the strategy? What did you do?
For me, it was more so of first ripping the whole book apart because it was almost 390 pages. So it's kind of like, okay, how do I take this and make a story and put it into film? So I had to go in and rip my poor little baby apart, and that hurt because it's like, I want to tell this part, I want to tell that part, but it was like a process of elimination. How do you tell the story by still telling the beginning from the end without having the whole entire book? Because nobody want to sit through a whole movie that's 3-4 hours long, because my Titanic, no, we can't do that. So after I did that, I tried to figure out, like, okay, well, how much is this going to cost? Because I don't have that kind of money. So how do I go out here and do this? And so it started with, donations and trying to figure out who wanted to support it. And then finding my cast, which was hilarious in itself, because the auditions that were sent to me, I couldn't do anything but laugh. It's like you get these karate auditions, like movies for like, and it's like, wait a minute, this is a love story.
What?
So we can't do that. So it was just like, that was hilarious in itself.
And
But
that's actually a learning lesson for the actors out there watching. A lot of times when you submit to a film, be very cognizant of what you are submitting for. You know, have your monologue prepared. Actors should always have a monologue in their back pocket anyway. Have the right equipment, a light. You know, you could even record your casting on your phone, but just be mindful. You know, you don't want casting and filmmakers laughing at you. So make sure that you do your due diligence and do what's right for the film, because Lakeisha, your leading lady and your leading guy, he was giving me Lorenz Tate vibes, and
yeah,
she's just giving me emerging actress that's here to stay. So with the casting, you did a great job with that.
she is like, they both were amazing.
What are
Like,
the names?
Deshawn Green is leading lady for Janelle. She plays Janelle, and Sean Freeman plays Joshua. And when I tell you, Sean Freeman almost made me want to choke him with the way he really played that role. And she did also. Like, they were they were great. And so, and then I had the supporting actress, and the Portia Jackson and Kevin Jordan, and both of them were great as well. And so, and Miss Lula, which
Oh, I like Miss Lula.
Miss Lula is everything. It's Tarma Fleming, from out of Dothan, Alabama. So the majority of my cast were from Georgia,
Mm-hmm.
and the rest of them were from Alabama, some parts of Alabama. And so, and my counselor from out of Georgia, she did great. That was
Yeah.
her first time on the camera as well. But Deshaun and Sean, oh yeah, they had me in my feelings when they were playing.
Awesome.
So it was great, working with them, getting everything done, finding, like I said, the budget to film. And once we got there, then came that little beast called post production.
Woo.
I wasn't prepared for that, because you're going through these roller coaster of emotions, and you've watched the film over and over and over again, and it's kind of like, okay, I'm over it at this point.
Right.
And it's not that you're over your dream, it's not that you're over your vision, it's just the process that I had to go through. And it was just like, wow, having to find music, and it's so many different things. And this has been a learning experience, but my next go round, I've got some answers.
Oh, so you're
I've
already
learned
in the making. You're already thinking about the next project. You see how filmmakers are. We are always trying to create, create, create. And I
Yeah.
think that that is great, Lakeisha. So we covered budget, we covered casting, post-production. Did you get a lot of your crew in Atlanta, or did you find them in Alabama?
All of my crew was outside of Alabama. Sadly, where I'm from here in Alabama, it's not very supportive of the arts. It's like you would have to literally, once you are outside of Birmingham or Huntsville, Alabama. But in little old Troy, Alabama, and Montgomery, and these little areas, it's not much of that. It's like the arts aren't supported here very
Mm.
much. So when you do get the support, it's outside of Alabama. And thank God for having, friends, and having people like you that have, that are absolutely amazing in itself, because we don't have that here. So but it's intimidating being that person to step out on faith, because now all eyes are on you, and it's like, are they going to watch me fall, or are they going to, how is this going to go? So it's different.
Yeah, listen, it takes a lot of boldness to be a pioneer in something that has not happened within that particular environment yet. Tyler Perry has done it. You know, there were filming happening around Georgia, but it did not bring the Mecca that he has done. And so a lot of people watched him, they judged him, they scrutinized him, and they were just like, he's falling. This isn't as good. Oh, this is low budget. But honey, he's a billionaire. He knew who his audience was, and he catered to them. He said, I don't have to have the whole world. The whole world doesn't have to love me. But if I have my few and they support me, and I think that as filmmakers, we need to focus on those people. So I
Yeah.
think that you're doing great. out there in Troy, Alabama. Before we wrap up, is there anything that you want the world to know about No Perfect Love or about you as an author or anything that's happening right now in your world?
Yeah, just be on the lookout for No Perfect Love. It will be on platforms soon. Different. We're not sure where it's gonna be just yet, but just be on the lookout for No Perfect Love, and just know this is my first film, and and I'm giving you what I can give you with my first film. But I'm proud of myself, and I want people to know this, and this is very important. And there's a reason for me saying it. I am a mother of a 22-year-old diagnosed with autism. On top of my own life, not trying, but filming a film with the whole cast and crew, and I did not give up. So whatever your dreams are, whatever your goals are, keep going. Like I said, it's my first film, and I did my best. I gave it my all, but I also did that with a whole lot that I was trying to carry in the process. So whatever your dreams are, whatever your goals are, you carry the weight that you're carrying. You keep going after your dreams. Just know that you're learning and mastering. Lauren Hill said that. I watched her one day and she was like, we're learning and we're mastering. So just the whole point of me stepping out and doing something I had never done before lets me know that I'm on my way to mastering what I have learned through this process. So y'all be on the lookout for No Perfect Love.
Yes, I love all of that. Come on now, because we always think, oh, high, low, failure, success. No, don't really think. We have to shift our mindset and be like, you know what? I didn't fail. I'm just learning, and that's okay. It
Yes.
could do a world of favor for you and blessings if we just shift our mind. That's how we look at perspective, you know. So I think that that's great advice, Lakeisha Lou Saint, author and filmmaker of No Perfect Love, and of course, the founder and CEO of Film by Faith Production. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it.
Thank you, LaCora and the Yes Show. Thank you for this opportunity. I really, really, really appreciate it. You're right here in my heart. Thank you.
Oh, and you are in our heart. Anyone out there that is just like Lakeisha Lou Saint, entrepreneur, filmmaker, author, if you want to be on this platform, you want to be interviewed because you are living in your yes, we welcome you. I'm LaCora Stevens, executive producer of The Yes Show and founder of Building Tables Productions. You have just experienced something beautiful. Make sure you check out No Perfect Love trailer. Make sure you visit their Instagram, follow them, and they are still receiving donations if you want to submit, right, Lakeisha?
That's right.
Give that money up, child. All right, everyone. Bye.
Bye. Hey, y'all. I'm Lakeisha Ginyard Lou Saint, writer, producer, and director of No Perfect Love. And you're watching The Yes Show.